I think that if you create the perception that that county cricket is not a reward system that allows you the opportunity, a window into playing international cricket, and that is the perception that I think is being created. I think that's very dangerous. Coffee.
Agree with you, Manners, and I think I'm a massive fan of county cricket. I think Army is. But I think you've got a group at the moment that see England as a group, and it's picked from within England under-19s to England Lions. You see now people are playing 1 or 2 games and they're being drafted straight into Lions squads, and then they're being fast-tracked into the test team. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Australia did it with Glenn McGrath, right? And there is other players like that.
That was Glenn McGrath.
Yes.
South Africa did it with A.B. de Villiers and Dale Steyn.
Correct. But when you see that generational talent, they come straight in, and it will always rise to the top, won't it, the talent. But you've got to reward our game. It's not as bad as everyone makes out. County cricket, I've seen it week in, week out. There is some bad moments in it, and there's some poor cricket. But there's also some brilliant cricket. Harry Brook, without county cricket, the way he improved as a player in 18 months was down to county cricket. Not England under-19s or whatever it may be. It was playing for Yorkshire, being given an opportunity, and playing with players like Bairstow and Root and Balance and
Milan.
And Live.
Milan
and
was
Milan.
big for Brook at the start.
It's unreal, man. I mean, county cricket has still got a lot to offer. And I go on about Keaton Jennings. He's another one who deserves an opportunity now. He is a fantastic player who's changed his game to suit what they want, and he's still getting nowhere near it.
It's reinvention. If you can't reinvent yourself, if you're not allowed to reinvent yourself, or if your reinvention is not recognised, and that's it, you're shown the door, and there's no way back. It's bolted on your way out. I think that's another dangerous precedent.
Yeah, another dangerous precedent, and for me as well. I look at this winter, and we spoke, Manners, and more than one occasion over the last month, 6 weeks, about the Lions, and we've had Graham Swan on, and we're talking about Andrew Flintoff and the environment they're going to set. They're taking a young group out there, and Coffey will probably know more about this than me, because obviously he's just come out of the director of cricket job at Yorkshire, and he'll be listening to what pathway stories are and understanding what the game of cricket at that end is, Darren. But you're going to take 20 young players to South Africa, and then 18 young players, 20 young players to Australia after Christmas to learn the Ashes. What are they teaching them? This is the thing that's worrying me, is what are they teaching them? Are they teaching them the game of cricket and understanding and absorbing the game of cricket, or is it, well, we want you to play and marry exactly what happens at the international level?
Yes.
If that happens, Darren, it's dangerous, because if you go into a young player goes over to Australia, and you go in to get in a test team, you got to play this way, you got to play that. They are more aggressive and expansive cricket. Then what happens when it goes wrong? What have you got to fall back on? And the hardest thing in the world is international cricket. You have more bad days than good days. You turn your bad days into average days. You turn your average days into better days. And the ones that survive are the ones that, when they're not so and so well, they can survive, but they've got at least something to survive. I mean, battle scars to survive from. What worries me is we're going to take a group of 18, 19-year-olds across to Australia and or South Africa and Australia, and say this is how you're going to play the way the test team do. And then all of a sudden, when you come up against, God forbid, you come up against a top quality attack and put pressure on you. Where's your fail-safe mode? Where's the absorbing of the game to then put pressure and respect the bowler and put pressure back?
There's no accountability.
And that worries me about the pathway of where this winter's going to be for English cricket.
The reason is they survive because there's no accountability. This brand of cricket is the way England want to go, and look, it's up to them. Rob Key's the director of cricket.
That's fine for international players, but it's not for young players.
Right, Rob Key's in that position. His idea is that he played county cricket, he never really enjoyed it, he didn't think it was good enough. He said it's all about England, which is a massive step up. It's quite obvious to us all, they're looking for players that play a certain brand. Bowlers have got to bowl over 85 miles an hour to get picked, and
be 6'4".
Well, they haven't got to be 6'4", but they've got to bowl over 85 miles an hour, and there's not many unfortunately, it's not like it was. County cricket used to be full of them. Now there's not that many. There's probably about 10, if that. So every one of them 10 have got central contracts. Like Tong's not played for a year and a half. He's got one because he can bowl 90 miles an hour. But when it comes down to it, and on the batting, they're looking at players now, even at Lions level. I coached the Lions this summer against Sri Lanka, and they beat them. It was unbelievable because that was like a reserve Lions team. It wasn't even the main Lions team. And they played them. And what they're looking for is players that play a certain way. They look at a batter and they're watching for 20 minutes and say, he plays the brand of cricket we like. If we get an injury, he's in. On the bowling front, Hull, who had played 8 first-class matches and averages 60-odd, they saw him bowl, right? He bowls over, he can bowl at 85 miles an hour. No quicker, bowls at 85 miles an hour. His left arm, he's 6'7". They saw him bowl against Sri Lanka, he swung the new ball, and they went, right, we get an injury, he's in. Guess what? They got an injury, and they picked him. And he played at the Oval, and he bowled all right. So far, everything they've done as bringing players in has kind of worked, in a way. If you look at the percentage of games they've won, it's massive compared to the previous era of Chris Silverwood. So they're winning loads more games. They've only drawn one under McCullum since he's come in, I think. Drawn one game. So when you look at it, England have won a lot, but when you look at the tables, we know better off because we're still not qualifying or don't look like qualifying for the final, do we?
Because exactly what people have been talking about the Basball era is it's very good against sides who aren't very good, and it's not very good against sides who are very good.
Well, there's only 3 good teams at the moment, right?
And
I think we want
to be the best team in the world.
India, Australia, and England.
We want to be the best team in the world.
Yeah, I just think that you put it this way: you don't win the Premiership without drawing games. Sometimes you're not going to win 4-0. Sometimes you actually going to have to put 6 at the back and try and walk away with a point. You don't get any points in the World Test Championship for drawing. You get games for winning, but you do prevent your opposition from earning points with the draw. And Ben Stokes has said it's off the table, which is exciting. And England have been a phenomenon to watch. They've had a couple of shocking Test matches. To be fair, they warned us that there would be some shocking Test matches when they launched on this brand of cricket.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.